Renee Hahn, your Naples Real Estate Expert. This video is part of a series I call Naples Revealed, where we explore all the various aspects of Naples, Florida living. Be sure to subscribe below to keep up to date on new videos to help familiarize yourself with the Naples area. And of course, reach out anytime if I can be of assistance to you on your journey to explore Naples living. Naples, Florida is known for its stunning beaches, luxurious lifestyle, and world-class amenities. It's a paradise in so many ways. But even paradise has its quirks. One such quirk that may surprise newcomers to Naples or those considering making the move is the sheer variety of bugs and critters that call Naples home, just like I do. Living in the subtropical climate has its perks. But with the warm weather, humidity, and lush greenery come a host of creatures that may or may not be as welcome as the sunsets and the golf courses. So let's dive into the truth about bugs and critters in Naples and what you need to know to live in harmony with them. Let's start with what I call the usual suspects, with bugs that you may encounter more frequently. One thing that's no secret about Naples is the abundance of insects. Here are the most common ones that you may come into contact in a regular basis. Let's start with mosquitoes. These pesky little bugs are everywhere that I've lived, and they're certainly part of Florida, especially during the rainy season, which is about May through October. The standing water after summer thunderstorms creates the perfect breeding ground for these little beasts. The good news is local governments are proactive about mosquito control, regularly spraying to reduce their numbers. Mosquito bites are an annoyance, but certain species can carry diseases less like West Nile virus. So wearing repellent is advised, especially at the time period between dawn and dusk. Now let me give you a pro tip. Install fixed or retractable screens on your lanais and keep bug spray handy. The city, remember, also sprays regularly, which helps, but nature still has its way sometimes. And the one thing that's great about them spraying is you'll hear them occasionally at the helicopter overhead that's doing some of the spraying, and you can even go on their website and see what their schedule is on treatment for each of the areas. Let's move to my least favorite, palmetto bugs, aka American cockroaches, because only in Naples do they deserve their own tropical name. These large cockroaches are common throughout the southern states, including Florida. Although harmless, these bugs may startle new residents. They sure do me. While they can be a bit creepy, palmetto bugs do prefer to live outside. They prefer the mulch, the trees, and damp areas. They're not generally a sign of uncleanliness, but they can enter your home seeking food or moisture, or even during unusually high rain periods like we've had this year in 2024. They may be looking for a little reprieve from the rain like everyone else. So keep your home sealed and tidy with regular pest control services, and this will help keep them at bay. Fun fact for you, palmetto bugs can fly. I don't know if that's good news. Though they don't bite, their size and sudden movements are enough to make even seasoned Floridians jump, especially me. Ants. Florida is home to a wide variety of ants. And while many are harmless, some, like fire ants, can pack a painful sting. Fire ants are common in areas like Naples and can be identified by their reddish color and mound-shaped nests. We have these in Georgia as well. I know that for a fact. They're worse up there for me. So it's smart to be cautious, especially if you have pets or kids who play outside. Professional pest control services can also help keep them at bay and under control. Moving on to the quirky characters, or those critters that you'll learn to love, or maybe if you don't love them, you'll at least learn to tolerate them. After all, Naples is a wildlife haven, and it's not just the bugs you'll meet. Here's a look at some of the more unusual, but again harmless, critters that are a part of life in Southwest Florida. Let's start with geckos and anoles. These little lizards are everywhere in Naples, darting across sidewalks, lounging on window screens, sunning on your back lanai like you and I love to do. And while they may surprise you at first, these insectivores are actually your allies because they feast on mosquitoes, spiders, and other insects. Geckos are nocturnal, while green and brown anoles are active during the day. Let me give you a pro tip. Let them do their thing. They're a natural form of pest control, and rarely, if ever, do they bother humans. Moving on to tree frogs, another friend of the homeowner. Tree frogs are plentiful in Naples, and they are active especially after rainstorms. These tiny amphibians often just hang out near lights, where they're there to hunt for insects. They may even take up residence in your mailbox or on your porch. Their evening chirps add what I like to consider a little music to the Naples night to go along with the beautiful stars. So here's a fun fact. If you hear a loud croak at night, it's likely a Cuban tree frog, an invasive species that has a voracious appetite for insects, but they can sometimes displace the native frog species. Now, let's cover the creatures that keep you on your toes. Now, while most of the Naples critters are harmless, as we've talked about, there are a few creatures that you might want to be mindful of. We'll start with the bufo toads, also known as cane toads. These large, and I mean large, warty amphibians are one of the more serious critters to be aware of in Naples. The bufo toad secretes a highly toxic substance that can be deadly to pets if ingested. These toxins are excreted from the glands located behind their eyes, and the toads are most often found in wet, grassy areas, like your lawn or garden where small pets like to frequent. So small dogs in particular are at risk if they try to play or bite a bufo toad. So take your walks at night with a flashlight. I've got a pro tip for you. If your pet comes into contact with one, immediately rinse their mouth with water and seek veterinary care. Being diligent during the rainy season when the toads are more active can help you avoid accidents. It's always a good idea to inspect your yard before letting your pet roam free, and again, keep that flashlight with you so you can see. Last is alligators. It's no secret that Florida is home to lots and lots of alligators, and Naples is no exception. Alligators can be found in freshwater canals, lakes, and ponds, places that are often in close proximity to homes or golf courses. And while they generally avoid humans, it's important to respect their space. Never, never, never feed or approach them. And keep pets on a leash near water. Now, did you know that Florida has over 1.25 million alligators? And the Naples area is no stranger to sightings. However, attacks are extremely rare, with only 24 fatal alligator bites recorded in the state from 1948 to 2023. So yes, they're frightening creatures, but you're not likely to come into contact or concern with them. And lastly, snakes. While Naples has a few venomous snake species, such as the eastern diamondback rattlesnake and the coral snake, the majority of snakes in the area are harmless, and they help control the rodent population. Still, it's a good idea to know what to look for and be cautious when you're walking around or hiking, particularly near wooded areas. Here's a pro tip for you. If you encounter a snake, leave it alone. Most are shy and will either slither away if given the chance. Pest control experts can help if you spot one in your yard and you are uncomfortable with it. Now, let's move on and discuss some practical tips on how to coexist with our beloved creatures, because they're not going to go anywhere. Living in a subtropical paradise like Naples means learning how to live with its natural inhabitants. Here's how to keep the critters at bay and your home feeling, well, like home to you. Pest control. Regular pest control services are essential for keeping the more bothersome bugs at bay. Many homeowners will schedule quarterly, monthly, certainly you want to do more than annual treatments to keep ants, mosquitoes, and other pests under control. Next, you can focus on landscaping. Keep your yard tidy and your home's perimeter clear of dense vegetation to help minimize the number of bugs and critters attracted to your property. Well-maintained yards are less appealing to pests like rodents and snakes. And it also, if you keep those things away from your house, keeps them less apt to be in and around your house. Screens and seals. Make sure you keep your windows and doors properly sealed and use screens to prevent insects from sneaking into your home. This is particularly important during the summer when bugs are most active. And remember, they like lights, so turn off your lights when you're opening your door. Now, be mindful near water, whether it's your backyard pool or a nearby lake. Always be cautious near bodies of water. Avoid swimming or wading in fresh water at dawn or dusk when alligators are more active. I don't ever see anybody swim in what we call our lakes, but what I know to be our ponds. So, are these neighbors a deal breaker? Well, for most people, the critters in Naples are more of an inconvenience than a deal breaker. Bugs are manageable with proper pest control, and the quirky wildlife adds to the charm of living in a place that's naturally beautiful as Southwest Florida, right? After all, these creatures were here long before you and I, and are part of what makes the area's ecosystem thrive. So, in the grand scheme of things, the stunning beaches, world-class dining, and vibrant community make the occasional bug encounter worth it. So, if you're considering a move to Naples, it's good to be prepared and educated for some critter encounters, but don't let them scare you away from this beautiful coastal gem. Are you ready to make a move to Naples? If you're looking for more insights on living in Naples, or if you're ready to find your dream home, I'm always here to help. As your Naples real estate expert, I can guide you through everything you need to know about making this paradise your home, bugs and all. Well, join me next time when we tackle another aspect of Naples living. Again, this is Renee Hahn, your Naples real estate expert, and you can find me at yournaplesexpert.com. Thanks, and have a marvelous and pest-free day.